Alright. Who the hell is that? Who is that? I got to move this dirt. Alright, I'm filling up more bags here. I swear, I wished I could afford to get more of this dirt while they got it. For that, because this is some good stuff. I don't have to add anything to it. Unless I'm going to be doing a specialty of something. Alright. Now, I'll move this over here. I ordered, since I couldn't find them carrot seeds, I ordered some from Amazon. They're supposed to be here today. I'll get some carrots planted. I wish I had some more potatoes chitted so I could plant some more potatoes. You know, from when I had my nursery over there at the other house we was living in, I was buying potting soil. I was buying potting soil by the yard. And the yard, let's see, it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 12. A square yard is, gosh, I done forgot. What? A square yard has, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it has 9, 8. It has 27 cubic feet in it, which would amount to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It would amount to about 15 of these bags, somewhere thereabout. It would amount to that much, and I was buying it by the yard, and I was only paying. And what it was used potting soil. And I was paying $25 a yard. And when the landlord made me shut my nursery down and I had to quit selling plants and stuff, it was I had about 2 yards out there in the corner of the yard piled up in a pile. And I don't know if he left it there or what after we moved, but I'd sure like to have some of that. Because I was buying the used potting soil, and you can replenish used soil. You can replenish it. One way of replenishing, you let it sit for a few months, and then you add new nutrients to it and everything. Some people actually throw away. They don't save their soil from that do container gardening. They throw away what they used last year and put all new potting soil in there. And that is such a waste. Boys, I'd like to get hold of some of that. I need to put another handful in there. I need to put another handful in there. When you move these things around like that, it settles a little bit. But anyhow, now see, I'll fill them 2 containers up, and I can get about a container and a half out of one bag. Yeah, if I could afford it, this is some that Now, I can't get over, I mean, look at this cucumber thing. It is blooming. And I'm not sure about the pollination on cucumbers. I'm not sure how that works. Is it open pollen? I don't know. I suppose I did know, but there's so much stuff that I did know that I don't know anymore. I'm gonna hook my battery charger up in a minute, and I'm gonna just run around. I'll need to go down the street and get some more bamboo stakes. It's just right down there. I don't know if the scooter make it there and back. 'Cause this morning when I come out here, I had another limb broke off of one of my pepper plants. It had one big pepper on it and about 3 small ones. So the big one, okay, but then I hate to lose them small. I've not lost them. I'm gonna cut them up. They're going in the freezer. Let's see. What am I backing into here? Because I need to go down there and cut steaks. Because if I had steaks, that limb wouldn't have broke. And I think these bush cucumbers climb a little bit, and I need a couple of steaks in there. Seems like the Mexican petunias don't have as many flowers on them as they've been having on. I've seen a couple of bees buzzing around there. You know what? I think I'm gonna move this. I think I'm gonna move I've been walking a little bit. I'm gonna have to drill some holes in a couple of these buckets, because these are gonna be my compost buckets. When that one gets full, then I'll start on another one. But a compost pile needs to be oxygenated. And you can do that a couple of ways. Like I'm in the buckets here, I need to drill a bunch of holes around the side so it can get oxygen in there. And if you got a compost bin, you go out there with a pitchfork and you occasionally you'll stir that stuff up to keep it aerated. And I just put Epsom salt on a lot of my plants a while ago. I should have made a video. Oh, there's a butterfly. I wish you'd jump on some of them. I just don't have enough floral flowers and stuff and blooms Yeah, I put Epsom salts on a lot of this stuff, and next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna mix up some hydrogen peroxide, and I'm gonna start spraying everything with that. And I'm just watering every other day. I'm not watering every day. But you know what? I'm getting there, folks. I swear, I need to be able to get out and start making videos again that's got some content, you know, and it's just not happening the way things are right now. Let's see. I need to my you know, I had no luck. I had no luck whatsoever with my air layering this year. I don't know what was up with that. It just wasn't working out. I've still got a couple on some stuff out there I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check it. Alright. I need to. Boy, I wish I had a little shed like I had over there at the other place. But it's kind of like wishing one hand and pooping the other, and see which gets filled first. And you know I'd wind up with a handful of poop. You know. Now, that goes in there. That goes right there for right now. I only got one bite on my tools that I was trying to sell. I guess I need to make better pictures of them. Now, yeah, I'm gonna hook the charger up. I'm thinking, I ain't got nowhere to put it though. I was thinking about wetting all this core down, this coconut core, and alright, that goes in there like that. That can go into compost. Oh, I'll tell you what, used to I just pick that up and walk off with it, but now I've just gotta move it just a little bit at a time. Now, I'll stand up. I'll stand up a little bit and see if I can lift that thing. And I have to be real careful when I'm lifting like this because I could get overbalanced. There. Went in there. Did you see that go in there? All right. Enough of that. Now, I got one more bag to drag up. I've still got 2 bags in Joey's car. I'm starting to get teed off at that boy. I have not seen, since they moved from Gainesville to Ocala, that I have not seen him or Emma. I hadn't seen them. And I didn't even know I knew they was renting this house here in Ocala, and since they moved from Gainesville, I haven't seen either one of them. Hadn't seen either one of them. And the other day when she was getting bags of dirt, she could only get 8 of the bags in the trunk of a car, and so she put 2 in Joey's trunk. And I wish he'd just go ahead and bring them over here. Jennifer thinks they might be going to cut the price again on this stuff because it's not selling. And I can't figure out for the life of me why it's not selling. Unless just this time of year. You know what? I'm gonna be doing 3 or 4 more of those containers, getting the dirt in them. So I might as well just set it over there close by instead of leaning it there against the house. Woo, this thing's heavy. It's not that heavy, it's just I'm not physically. I don't know if I could walk with a bag of this. Probably not. So I'll just leave that there because I'm going to do some more bags. I don't know if I have. I think I got one more bag laying on. Yeah, I do. Yes, I do. Got one more bag here. Or is that 2 bags? No, that's just 1 bag. That's just 1 bag. I need to put, I planted caladiums in that. That's what I did. Okay. There's that. Now, how now, brown cow? You know, I almost threw these 7 baskets away the other day. But those would be good to plant flowers in and stuff and hang them around. And I know for sure now that I need flowers in the garden, mostly marigolds. Lisa said her mama swore by having marigolds around. So I'm going to take that to the bank. Now there's something else I wanted to look at, and what was it? Oh, let me get over here. I need to find out what that. Oh, is that's potash or potash? Yeah, that's what. I didn't know I had any growing in there, but that's what it is over there in that hibiscus. Wished I had some just pure nitrogen fertilizer to throw in there, because some of this stuff is losing its green color. Sure is. Okay. Now I'm going to hook up my scooter and get a charge on it. Where's my pickup stick? There it is. There it is. Oh gosh. The trials and tribulations of a 80-year-old man that is a COVID survivor. Now see, when this is shaded right here, but right there it's sunny, and boy, it's hot sitting in that. So let me get over here. That's the power cord. It shows a full charge, but that don't mean squat. That thing ain't never been accurate. I sure wished I could. I wished I could get enough in that GoFundMe to get me that big scooter. That would be wonderful. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is this cord that lays across here. Eventually, I heard it pop. Does that mean it's on? Yeah, it's on. Now, I'm going to put that in there, and I want it in the shade, because that thing gets... That's not the right charger for this, scooter. Now, what do I need to be doing now? I'm going to let that charge for 2 or 3 hours. And I'm going to try I'm going gonna get on it and just run back and forth on the street here to see how it does. I meant to call Mobility Express yesterday and ask them what's up with that, but I forgot to do it, and they're not open today, I would expect. But you know, my stories have been lacking. I forget so much stuff. Now, I'm going to talk about something, and I hope it's not too racy. But a lot of people over the years, one time we was at Hooters, my wife and my daughter, and we was all at Hooters. First time I had ever been in Hooters. And, you know, they wear these very revealing outfits, these ladies. And usually they have, the lady that's worked in there has got humongous breasts or boobs. And when we was about done, there was this one lady, and she had some big ones. She had some big ones. And Jennifer said, you know, as much attention as she's been paying for you, she's expecting a tip. Said that's why she's bending over and, you know, and showing you all that cleavage and everything. And my wife said, well, she said, I hate to say shit on this town, but that's what she said. Said, well, she's shit out of luck. She said, your daddy does not like big boobs on a woman. Oh. and I never could figure that out, why I shied away from ladies with the big boobs, you know, when I was dating and stuff. And I expect, when I was a kid, we had this aunt, my Aunt Rosa May. Loved her dearly. Loved her dearly. But she had these huge breasts, knockers, whatever you want to call them. And sometimes when she'd come to Norfolk visiting, she would take me and my brothers and sisters, me and Carolyn and George, she'd take us to Virginia Beach. Or was it the other beach? It was one of the beaches there, because we lived in Norfolk. But we'd get in, she'd get a room, she'd get a motel room, and we would change in the room. And I must have been about 8. And when we changed, Aunt Rosa May, she just stripped right down to buck naked, changing right there in front of us. And of course I could see her boobs, you know, and the other stuff. And that made me, I was petrified of them. Man, I was scared to death seeing them things. I mean, they was huge. I don't know what size they were. There goes a squirrel across the road on the power line. They must have a real good sense of balance. But, and I suppose that might have something to do with why I always shied away from the big-breasted boobs. Just like Dolly Parton, look how big she is. And I hear some guys that say, I sure would like to get a look at them. And I said, well, you can have my share of that if I got a share. I'm not the least bit interested. But I think that's maybe why I prefer. It's not. I can't prefer anybody now. I'm too old for that stuff. I'm still married to my wife, but the fact is, I don't like big boobs. I don't like to see them, and I see guys going into these bars and stuff all the time. The bigger the better, and my wife was correct. I did not leave a tip for that lady at Hooters. And one time my daughter had this friend, and I couldn't stand that girl. And she was really big too. And she come in there, she was just fooling around, and she's calling me Pop and all that stuff, and flirting with me. And what was her name? Angela. Angela. Well, I can't remember the rest of it, but and she got in front of me, and she kind of dropped the front of her brows just a little bit, and she thought that was funny, and she said, "You want to see more?" I said, "I'll pay you if you don't reveal anything." And my daughter says, "You're wasting your time, Angela. He don't like them big uns." But I guess that's why. I don't know. Everybody has preferences about everything, you know. But I guess maybe that's why. But I hated that. And sometimes she had this farm. Her and her husband had this big farm. And if she was in the middle, if she was getting up and taking her 90 or whatever off and changing, and something was going on in the kitchen, if it was just me and my brothers and sisters in there, and she needed to come in there and do something, didn't matter if she was half naked or not, she'd come in. I hated that. I loved her. She was one of my uh, favorite aunts. And she never had any kids. Never had any kids. And her and her husband, Uncle Maynard, and Uncle Maynard was a World War II veteran. I wished I could have talked more with him about that. But he died. But they never had any kids, and they went and adopted this girl. And pretty much all the family accepted her as a family member. I never accepted her. I won't do it to this day. I don't like her. she actually, after when she was an adult, she actually beat up Aunt Rosa May. And she was walking around stealing her checks out of her checkbook and writing, forging checks and all that stuff. I don't like her, and everybody kind of overlooked that. I ain't overlooked it. I'll never overlook it. I don't like the girl, and she's not family. I don't care what that piece of paper says. She is not family. I don't like her. I don't like her. And George was taking care of Aunt Rosa. My brother George, he was taking care of her estate and everything because she had cancer and she couldn't do it. And she gave him power of attorney over everything. And of course, when she died, so the power of attorney died too. And that meant all of a sudden Lisa had control of her estate, and it was substantial. The farm, they had, I don't remember how much it was, but it was around 400 acres was in that farm. And the house, a nice home they had built. The old home was still down there. I don't know who wound up with that. I guess Lisa's living in that house now, if she's living. But when Lisa took over, George was getting some stuff together. Aunt Rosa May always took pictures. So she has a lot of pictures of us when we was kids and everything. Of course, Lisa won't share them with us. George had them. And I said, man, why you got them? You said, you know Rosa May's dying and Lisa's going to get charge of everything. You need to start making copies, scanning all them pictures. And he lollygagged around there and didn't do it. Aunt Rosa May died from the cancer. And Lisa got a lawyer, and everything he had gathered up, they sent him a letter and all that stuff, and he had to give all that stuff back, and he still didn't make copies of the pictures. I've been upset about that ever since. But can't stand that girl. That's the one that Miss Gupton, Aunt Rosa May's mother-in-law, says. She said, your grandmama was a whore, your mama, and you're a whore. That's what she said. And she was pretty much on the money. I hear that Lisa has straightened out and is on the straight and narrow now. I don't know. But I don't care if she is on the straight and narrow. I'll never accept her for the fact that she beat up Aunt Rosa May. Had I been around at that time, I'd have returned the favor. I would have beat her butt. I might have went to jail. I don't know. I could have said it was defending Aunt Rosa May. I don't like that girl. And I don't like her son. She's got a son. And he was actually at the family reunion one time, and Lisa was with him, and they was at the family reunion. I wasn't there at that particular one. And Chris was going around looking in different family members' purses and stuff when nobody wasn't looking, and taking credit cards and taking cash, stuff like that. And then somebody caught him, and he took off running. Nobody could catch him, and he come back that night and he destroyed some property. He went to jail for that. Anyway, I guess that's my story for today, and I'm sticking to it. Y'all have a good one. And I can't believe this thing is blooming. Can you see that down there? Look how, let me take this out of the holder. Look at that. It's blooming. That's got buds on it. Wow. No bigger than they are. I have got to get some stakes, you know, to prop some of this stuff up. Alright guys, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And looks like some rain clouds coming over, so I maybe ought to push that one under the table. I don't want that dirt getting wet. Let me get square on that before I push it and lock my. Yeah. Now, I'm going inside, throw that in there. I got my battery charging. I might ought to put the plug in the. We've not had any rain hardly in 2 weeks. It's getting warm. It's getting warm. Get that covered up. Get my pickup stick. I got 2 potatoes that I'm chitting. If you don't, well, I'll tell you that in another video. Alright folks, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Love you and all. And you know that. I'm thinking about trying to do a TikTok. Thinking about doing a TikTok. Alright, let me turn this off.